Just trying to give a few seconds to get some people on and connected and stuff. I don't remember if there's any penguins in this one. Let's find out. If there are, I doubt they're flying penguins. Nope, I don't think there are. There's a pelican, which is almost a penguin, and it is flying. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I should probably turn off Steam notifications so I don't get like 50 million of those. Oops, there we go, that should work. Okay, guess I'll go ahead and get started. I've circulated this through to a lot of people, so there should be a collection of that. Alright. So this is probably, well, not my favorite one, this is probably the one that I'm just incidentally the best at. This was the game that, by this point they'd already made like a pretty big smattering of Mega Man games, so they didn't really have a whole lot more that they could do with it at the time. So this was kind of after 5, which I think was honestly like the weakest title in the series. So this was kind of their like throwback after that, and like I think they did a pretty good job with it overall. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and get started here. So there's a few ways that this one is a lot like the older ones, but at the same time a lot not like them. You have the charge shot, which the charge shot in this game is actually pretty decent. The slide, however, has been like ridiculously nerfed. It's not really good to use the slide unless you're basically trying to, like, unless you're hitting a wall or unless you're gonna go the full duration of it. And also, if you get hit whenever you're trying to charge, it'll remove whatever charge you had, so you have to be really careful about the damage that you take and your charge shot. I haven't played this game in a while. There is a way to go through that with hitting minimal amounts of those platforms, but I'd rather not start off with a death. Besides, it's going to come later in the run anyway. So the charge shot pretty much becomes your primary source of damage early on in the game. Oh cool, I actually made that. Whenever I get to not this boss but the second one, that's whenever I actually get to a point where I'll start dealing out more damage that doesn't come from the Buster. My first Mega Man, this actually was one of my first Mega Man games. It was this one and then followed immediately after by 2. I really liked 2, even though, like, whenever I picked it up, the The cover of the game had me really confused about what I was buying. In a good way, though. So when speedrunning this game, it's a good idea to center yourself up like that. This is very much not a speedrun. I haven't played this game in a little while, so... After 2, I actually ended up playing 3, which is my personal favorite, but I'm still not the best at that one. 3 did a whole lot of things right, and like it was a really spam-heavy one. So like using the Buster was like pretty much like your primary source of damage in that one for the most part. I hope I can do this stage justice. If you touch those fires, it's instant death. Yeah, for the most part, the box arts of all the old games was pretty misleading, but after the second one, really, like that was whenever. Oh, that was nice. After the second one, that's whenever they really started to get a little bit more honest with them. That's whenever you kind of started to see what kind of game it actually was. Like, 4 was actually a pretty accurate one. 3 was semi-accurate. This one, like, the only misleading thing about this one is the fact that Megaman's actually red on the cover, and it's mostly because he's using a rush attachment that you get later on. So I died there because the platform hadn't fully expanded out, but the good news is the fire's already there, so now I have to be more careful. That's the way that was supposed to have worked. Sometimes this fire is just already there, and I don't know what really causes that. Let's go ahead and pick up this E-Tank early on, just because. This game doesn't have a whole lot of points where an E-Tank is like pretty much like required, but I always like to have them on hand. Alright, we're getting to the best weapon in the game. A big thing about this game that kind of makes it a little bit different from the other games is almost all of the bosses seem to have pogo sticks in their legs, because like very few of them have like a consistent running animation, will instead just hop everywhere. Oh, you do it. You put sticks in my legs, you bastard. Omni, you'll be happy with me. I've already died once. Alright. Some point during this level is where we're gonna see... Oh no. Okay. We'll get to see how amazing the Flame Blast is. My screen is L-stretched. This is from the Legacy collection, so it's pretty much rendering at whatever it should be on there. Just get hit by every single one of those guys. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That's all part of the run. Oh, dick. It's been a while. This Legacy collection actually has a, Oh god, I'm just gonna take the damage from him. Fuck it. The Legacy collection actually has a part that goes through this level, and I had to pretty much learn to navigate this all in, like, basically, like, one cycle of that. Yeah, the bosses in this game are a lot less terrifying than most of the environments themselves. Like, it's not the, like, most difficult. I think the most difficult kind of goes to either 3 or 5 for that. Of course, there we go. So this is one of the few bosses that doesn't have pogo sticks in his legs and is actually basically stuck to the ground. He's also one of the bosses that dies like a little bitch. Whenever I was young, Blizzardman was actually one of my more favorite robot masters, and I honestly cannot tell you why. Like, I look at him now as like, he's a pretty silly robot master. He's basically like Diet Chill Penguin. This stage right here, this is, like, whenever I'm running this game for realsies, this is the stage that pretty much takes my run to a screeching halt. There we go. There's a way that you can time those guys to where you can basically slide under them and put them in a place where you can kind of really easily navigate them. Thank you, Eddie. So I titled this run, Why Flame Blast is the Best Weapon in the Game. That's one reason. It's a really strong weapon. It has like a lasting after effect after it hits the ground. It has a really good range and arc on it. It does that with walls. So even if you miss a shot, you're not technically like, you know, like you don't technically miss with it until the thing has well passed them. The thing that I learned about running this particular part is you have to have like this really healthy balance of be careful and just go for it. Another thing that I've learned is not having full health really fucks with me on this part. Because those plants will give you health, but then they also interrupt your jump arc. And that jump right there is the most terrifying whenever I'm running this game, because I'll get to right there to the very end, and then I'll freeze whenever the health fills up. He's not a terribly difficult boss, it's just getting hit by bosses in this game always sucks. Tomahawk Man, I think, is like one of the higher damaging of the 8 masters because he's always bumping into you and his tomahawks are just terrifying. Speaking of which, he's up next. Hello, Robot Sturm. These guys right here take 6 shots to kill. Robot Sturm, would it be fair to assume that you are indeed a robot? It's a little bit of a bold assumption, but, you know, I'm just gonna take a wild guess here. A lot of these enemies take a lot of health, you know, just from your standard bullets, but Flame Blast just pretty much eats through them. If we get another one of the, loader things, I'll just kill it standard. It takes me like, I believe it's like 6 shots to do it with the Flame Blast. It takes like 50 trillion with that one. I don't think that Taco Bell can deliver. I could be wrong, though. Whenever it comes to streaming, you do have to have a good upload speed in order to do it well, and then if you've tried streaming on Twitch, they actually do a thing where if you don't have like a certain amount of viewers, they actually lower your priority. I definitely do not end my boss fights, you know, with a very small amount of health left. That is something I never do. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of surprised that I survived that. Yamato Man was a robot that I thought was pretty cool in design, but his boss fight is just kind of just laugh. Almost had a really bad input there. Whoops, didn't time that right. I'm gonna get that. I've had a few accidental deaths this run. I've already botched the, you know, essentially what would have been my record from dying once, so... No, this is very much not my first time with this. I've played this one for a long time. Like, this is pretty much like one of the first ones that I played. My best time on it is about like 45 minutes and like 20 some odd seconds. I definitely avoided like at least like 10% of those. Actually, I go up this way. It's okay. Any health above 1 is just supplemental health. I'm so fucked. There we go. My mashing wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to. Please don't let me die to a spring. Whew! I will take any amount of embarrassing deaths, but that would have been the worst. Gut tells me I should fill up on health. Stupid tells me I'm just gonna go at it. I have enough tomahawks where if I die, I'll be able to take him on the second round. Oh, use your difficult attacks, of course. He has basically 2 attacks. He'll jump and shoot a little 3-pronged spike attack like that, or he'll do the better one, which is he throws his spear at you, and then he has to run and retrieve it. There, now I have plenty of supplemental healths. There we go. Like that spear attack that he does is really hard to like kind of account for it because he can pretty much throw in like 3 different directions while he's in the air, and it has really good kind of tracking on it. So you have to wait until he throws them out and then dodge them accordingly, so that's what happened back there. This right here is my favorite robot design, Nightman. First time playing through this game, he was one of the first bosses that I always went after, and I never could understand why his, like, I couldn't get a lot of damage on him. It was because of the shield. Next boss with the Mega Buster. Speedrun's already a bust, I'll do it. Getting through this in 1 cycle is extremely terrifying. I'm just not gonna risk it. You can technically use that guy and get yourself a little damage boost to avoid it, but it's just easier to not risk it at this point. I've already died enough. So I actually have, you know, like I said, I used to play this game and play this boss first, so I actually do have a pseudo-strategy to this. I could go through this huge gauntlet, or just do that. Just grab those supplemental healths. I'm just gonna start calling them that. I want to coin that term. That's gonna be my new term for any sort of Mega Man related health. That one penny health, that is the important one. That is the actual real health. I can go down there and do a secret entrance to fight this same exact boss, and you can collect all the beat letters. It's not really helpful in this game though. 5 definitely put it to a lot better use. Alright, so if I shoot this guy head on while he's got his shield up, it's just gonna deflect his shots. But if I wait for him to throw that, or jump, then I can actually fire behind it. So the key here is I want to try to move back whenever he throws his chain at me. Because he's gonna track it to basically where I'm currently at. So I always want to leave myself a little bit of room there. Could have went a little bit cleaner, but it took me a little bit to kind of get used to his jump arcs again. I'm not entirely certain. He might have been one of the, you know, like outside of the obvious first boss weak chain. I think he might have been the first boss that I tried to take down Buster only across all of the games. Not entirely sure. This is an annoying level, but it's a really fun level. And you get fish thrown at you. Well, don't want to wait for that to explode, so that was some free damage on their part. I almost thought I missed a jump there. Everything's okay. Like, of all the Robot Masters I thought was going to have the water level, I didn't think it was going to be Centaur Man whenever I first played this. And then there's this part right here, which is the most creative use of a water level I've ever seen. I might need that. So, like, they give you this, like, you know, water gravity right there, and then they basically give you a mechanic where you have to use it at that point. Like, it would have been nice to see that same thought put into a few more levels like that. Well, it's simple. Like, all you do is you just gotta bend physics upside down, and then you can make a water tube like that. The thing I like about the Legacy Collection, they preserve the sprite lag from that. I think there's an octopus right here. Octopus, squid, whatever it is. I could go there and fight the boss and get the beat letter, but no. Wow, that was my first real damageless run of that. Nice. So one of the annoying mechanics, and like it's something that really makes running this, like speedrunning this game really fun, is he has those attacks where he shoots that, and then he has another attack where he'll just disappear for like 2 or 3 seconds, and during that entire time you can't do any damage to him. So I think on like my best run of this, I've actually got like a really bad time, partially because he gave me a really bad pattern on that. So rather than giving you the like the rush jet and stuff like that, this game actually gives you like these little rush power-ups that you get, like it's like armor. We'll see one of them primarily used for moving through the levels, and right here is an example of that. The other one gets used on some bosses. So in typical Mega Man game fashion, they set up all of these rooms in such a way where they want you to basically use like pretty much a collection of all of the items that they like present to you. I'm sure there's like a little bit of an easier way to deal with all of these, but that's going to be one of the big things I need to kind of research on if I decide to start running this seriously again, which I don't really speedrun a whole lot of things anymore, so... After watching AGDQ and watching somebody just completely thrash through my time, it's just kind of hard to get back into that mindset again. In reference to Super Metroid, though. I think I would stand a better chance at running this if I were to try to run something seriously again, though. This is based much less on, like, knowing these ridiculously elaborate tricks and more on just execution, which I don't do horrible with in this game. First boss is weak against why this weapon is so good. They do a lot of damage, but if you just keep throwing fire at them, they die. The Yamato Spear also works, but it's a little bit trickier to get the Yamato Spear to go where you want it to. It fires in one of three directions, straight, slightly up, or slightly down. That jump always terrifies me. Could have been bad. I want to be careful about using the boost too much because it slows down my movement speed very slightly. Second boss is going to be Tomahawk. Are you ready to see some creative bosses? Because this is one of them. This is probably the most creative boss in a Mega Man game ever. I seriously think I've seen, like a few bosses from, like really uncreative games, like... This isn't even, like, this should be a mini-boss. Like, there's some basic enemies in Mega Man 5 that seem like they would be more likely to be a robot master than that. But then for every one of those, they also, in this game, give you a really good other one. Like another different robot master that's actually really cool. Oh man, this was the bad direction. Not really bad, but just not great. Like, it's just hard to believe that, you know, like, out of all of the creations Wily made, he made this robot and was like, well, how about we just make him, like, really, really good by stomping the wall and making rocks fall. I'm so glad he decided not to fire right then. So this whole entire level is basically just equip the jetpack and go. Probably could have made that, I played it safe. Go here, and then I can show off the boxing gloves for a brief second. Back to the jet. That guy's gonna fire a shot. There we go. What was the third boss? I think it's gonna be Wind Blast. Also known as Diet Flame Blast. Oh no. I don't remember this guy's weakness. Okay, boxing glove time. Actually, I'm gonna try... Nope. Okay. One more. Nope, okay. So, when in doubt, boxing glove out. Every single one of the bosses at this part of the game is weak against the boxing glove. Like in some way, form, or fashion. So whenever you can't remember the weaknesses, it's always kind of like a good practice to, like, if you're not sure what it is and you don't have the ammo or the, like, will to kind of see what it is, just switch over to the boxing glove. It charges up really fast, it does a lot of damage, and most of the bosses have some sort of weakness to it. Alright. Terrifying jumps. Evil beat. So through a lot of these stages I end up using the jet a lot. Because it just kind of makes a lot of these jumps a lot less terrifying. Whoop. I can't remember. I think I just go this direction. Yep, this is right. Oh no. Ran out of batteries. Damn it. Shoot. I figured whenever he turned around he was going to repeat his pattern. God, I was glad I timed that right. Go ahead and let the birds get through. The birds in this game have a ridiculous amount of right-of-way in regards to what I do, because they can pretty much fuck up all of your jumps if you let them. Alright, so at this point of the game, like, you're probably not really sure about how to use the boxing gloves. I mean, that's what they are, they're boxing gloves. And it's kind of a late point in the game, but, like, if you're wanting to learn how to use this weapon, you just gotta get yourself a good old-fashioned punching bag. And you just gotta keep, Like, that's kind of the idea of a punching bag, right? You just want to keep punching it and, you know, like, pushing it back and forth. Great typo coming up here. My scheme for world domination has failed. Just like his grammar. Oh god, it was Dr. Wily? That was such an elaborate disguise. Mega Man games are known for their great and gripping stories. I should have put a spoiler warning, my bad. Like, that was just rude of me just to leave that in there like that. Damn it. All that sprite lag. Oh, that was the first time I've actually placed myself correctly inside that hitbox. So these are the relatively safe ones because these are the ones that you don't have to worry about the platforms on. This is the scary part. Okay. Oh man, come on. Alright. I figured I'd just take the damage boost off of that rather than like try to clear them out and then mess up. A little bit of a tricky jump there, you just gotta keep mashing on your boost and letting off. We don't feel like messing with the octopus this time. So again, like for every creative and uncreative boss this game has, there's always one that just kind of surprises me. And it's just like, this one just doesn't really fit anywhere in this game at all. A Stegosaurus. A Stegosaurus that is an absolute dick to platforms. I just now realized, looking back at the playback, that Stegosaurus has Gurren Lagann glasses. Of course, he's going to be long dead by the time anybody, you guys get to see it, sadly. Shit. The biggest time waste in this game comes from not hitting the correct item that you wanted. So the reason that this weapon is so good is because it pierces through shields and defense as well. That's a really terrifying puzzle, as they always are. So we're just gonna skip it. Fuck the rules. I think I need to get the jet again, I'm not sure. We'll be sure. I definitely need to refill my Flame Blast. Let's just stick to that for now. Oh man, I'm trying to remember which boss this is. Actually, this might... Yep, I know which one it is now. This is the Wind Blast one, Windstorm. A cannon that shoots bubbles at you. The gorillas from Plant Man's stage were more creative than that. His primary attack is just shooting pellets from the top of him, in a hatch that doesn't even have a place to dispense bullets. Oh man, I forgot about the fans. Oh god, these fans suck! Don't really need Windstorm. Don't really need Tomahawk. We'll throw it more into Flame Blast. Of course. Okay, so... Alright, okay, yeah, I know where we're at now. Boss rush. Good, we get this bastard out of the way first. He is spinning up, so he's going to be throwing his spear. Okay. Okay, this is good. Plant Man's not the worst in the world. Fuck, wrong weapon though. Damn it. Oh, still got him. There we go. I don't need Blizzard attack anymore anyway. Oh, Night Chain, that was the other weapon that I desperately need some energy for. We'll actually use his weakness this time. His weakness pretty much makes him a joke, because the spear goes through his shield. There's the disappearing move. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, the most annoying part about that is just the fact that he can freeze you and then shoot his bullets, and there's nothing you can do about it. So... this puzzle isn't way too hard. But he's made even more trivial whenever all you have to do is press the attack button. Tomahawk Man is always a little bit terrifying, but... So the real strategy to him is just to kind of stay close to him and then jump over all of his attacks. If you stay at range, then he has the advantage on you for certain, but like if you're right beside of him, he's almost always going to jump like close to you. Damn it. There we go. You just always want to kind of be near the center of the stage on this guy. Alright, final boss time. So this is what all of our training was for. This is the, you know, like with the boxing gloves, like this is where we put all of that training to use with the punching bag. Oh wait, there's a mini level through here first, I forgot. Well, that was helpful. Thank you. Flame Blast's last stand. Oh no. There we go. Oh, I'm in the middle of a charge, or a slide, I guess. That's why it won't let me. Alright. I have like 6 energy tanks, so this should be not a problem. This is the slightly more annoying version of this boss fight because he fires those in just a random 3 directions. Go ahead and pop that E-tank. This one's a little bit more manageable. Now for the most difficult of the Wily machines. It takes up like half the screen. Well, that was annoying. Oh, this is a little bit terrifying. Not really. What can I use instead? Tomahawks. There we go. His actual technical weakness, I think. Definitely not my fastest run, I don't think, but I'm at 54 minutes, so on the elapsed time of the stream, so I'm still under an hour with it. I severely doubt that I broke my record, but I'll probably go through and actually tally up the beginning and end time whenever I go through and look at this on replay. But that was Mega Man 6. I pretty much only really used Flame Blast and the boxing gloves and the jet tool in here, I realize, but that's pretty much like the only 2 or 3 items I think are really worth it in this one. The Wind Blast is okay, and it blows enemies away. The Centaur Flash is a pretty nice, like, you know, kind of a time stopper equivalent, but it just has so much ammo consumption that it's just not really worth it. Blizzard Attack only really lets you get 1 of those out at a time, so it's not really a good use of a weapon. Night Chain's okay. I would like to incorporate it a little bit more into my runs, if possible. The only problem with that one is like the arc that it comes back with isn't always the most reliable, but you can actually change the direction of it, which I didn't realize for a long time. The Yamato Spear is just too random and is just basically your buster. I don't think I would use it in a run outside of its required places. Tomahawk Man's alright, but the arc of it really isn't useful except for like the 2 bosses that it's useful against. I'm certain I'm forgetting one of these guys. But Flame Blast is really like kind of the best one just because of that. Oh, Plant Barrier. Fuck barrier weapons. There hasn't been a good one since, like Leaf Shield is okay and Jewel Satellite is nice. Alright, well I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start closing this down. Thank you guys for watching.